All right, everybody, we are back, and we're going to discuss the huge slate of Marvel movies they just announced. Instead of waiting for an investor meeting and everything to leak out, they gave us a press conference. So
I'm glad you led with that, Army.
I am glad I like that, because this is how it should be done to the fans, not the guys paying the bills.
Well, I was gonna say,
let's be
I'd like to
honest.
show it to investors as well, though. They've got actual live fan feedback.
But let's be honest, Marvel is in a better place than Warner Brothers so right now, so
yeah.
they kind of had to do investors.
Speaking of being in a better place, let's kick it off with the first official movie coming at us the soonest. Officially confirmed, Captain America 3, Civil War, May 6, 2016. Not only will we see Robert Downey Jr. co-star in this movie, the debut of Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman.
I love him. 42.
When I saw that picture pop up, I'm not kidding you, I actually got tears in my eyes. I was like, they are not fucking gonna do Black Panther. I couldn't believe what was happening.
Not Captain America: The Serpent Society as we thought. And I was a little too quick to gloat because I'm like, yeah, guys, I've been saying the Serpent Society since the first one. Who was right?
I was weirded out. I was like,
what the fuck?
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
the
like,
story
they
itself.
did Civil War.
The thing is, as well, without Spider-Man, they can't do like a straight adaptation. They can't with Fantastic Four as well. But I mean, maybe Serpent Society story is actually going to heavily factor into their version.
Because it's not a straight adaptation. Feige said that it's not about the identities. It's about who's reporting to who. Like we've all speculated, who's reporting to the government.
I think the bigger thing to
Serpent
look at.
Society will be involved.
I think they'll be involved in some way. Like that's like a little prelude. They could put them in Shield or something at the street of those guys fight. But to me, the Serpent Society will be more the heads of Hydra, the Viper, something like that, right? That's what I'm anticipating. Like they'll be behind the scenes. But to me, I think the bigger thing that, came out of this was Black Panther will also make his debut in the movie and be a part of it. They said his seeds are planted in Age of Ultron, which means that probably was Claw. Now, do you think Civil War could possibly mean they're also battling to see whose side Black Panther will take?
Oh, so Black Panther would take the place of Spider-Man in a way?
Right. That's my idea.
That could be cool as well because he's like the king of a country, so they're basically fighting for this country.
Exactly.
And he controls the vibranium, so he could swing that war in anyone's favor.
And Captain America needs him. It's like, yo, dude, my shield made out of vibranium.
So yeah, he needs a new shield.
Right, and Iron Man's like, dude, I want a suit made out of vibranium. Civil War!
That's basically their Civil War.
That's the whole fight. That's what it's all about.
That's real life, like oil, like the wars we fight because of oil. Freaking, we're fighting because of vibranium in there.
Right.
It's just Cap and Tony butt-headed each other.
Now,
I love that.
I want to bring this one up because this is what worries me. Essentially, with this movie, where does Bucky go? We're not getting a resolution to that for how long now?
Bucky could be way down the line.
Be in wherever.
No, but also, doesn't he have like a 9-movie deal?
One of these films.
True.
He has a 9-movie deal. He could maybe appear in one of them, but I feel like, if anything, he is the after Captain America. Like, you know what I mean? What we all been speculating, he will be probably Captain America
I think it's basically confirmed that he probably will be in one of the parts of the Infinity War.
Well, I think so, because I mean, I don't think he wants his best friend to just straight up die. He's like, no, we're kind of friends back in the day. Let's help out each other, something like that. I don't know.
Right. So, going on, we originally knew it was going to be a 2016 release date. We all thought it was the June date. The June date July date got scrapped, and Doctor Strange is now coming out as November 14th, 2016.
Yeah, it's
November
weird.
4th. November 4th.
Oh, is it 4th? Okay, I confused it with another one.
But that's weird because, they just decided, all right, maybe... Because, I mean, there are 2 other movies that are in November after 2016, but I don't know, I guess I just didn't expect...
Whoa, let's be honest. That Marvel, or that Spider-Man movie, or whatever the fuck it was, is not making that date, so...
Which one, Sinister Six?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not making...
we'll see about that.
Really, after all this, I was just like, Sony and Fox who? Because the 2 guys are acting like Marvel is on top, but there's... Who's Sony and Fox? You know what I mean?
Right.
But still, I didn't expect in November. I was like, what?
Right.
I thought they had July.
So, I mean, Doctor Strange, they didn't bring out, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Kind of sad.
Probably they're still saving that a little bit, but it's bound to get announced any day now. So
assuming he can work it out with his Sherlock schedule is what I heard.
I think he will.
Schedule. They do 3 episodes a year and they call it a season.
Yeah, but their movie-length episodes are. They're
they also do it like 3 episodes every 3 years or something like that.
So what would be the difference of taping 2 episodes of Flash as opposed to 2 episodes of the Flash and stitching them together?
No, nothing really.
And calling it
I think Sherlock is a lot more cinematic in the way it's made, though. Than
it's more movie quality.
I've checked their production schedule. It's not like they're taping it for 6 months an episode.
I mean, I like Sherlock, but
now. There's talk now even for Sherlock that the main dude, what's his name, Moffat, is doing other stuff, so he might not even be able to come back to it for a bit.
I know they're doing a Christmas special for the next series of Sherlock, and then 3 more episodes like during that year. So. I know it's like
Doctor Who.
I'm pretty sure Feige cleared it all. He was all like, "All right, come on, Cumberbatch, Sherlock, you got that there, but come on, Doctor Strange, come on."
Well, Doctor Strange was given. Well, let's talk about something else. Another move date, because May 5th, 2017 will now see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 kick off the summer rush. Now, what confidence is that?
Ooga chaka, indeed.
Now, but that brings up one thing too. They kind of want to set up more of the Infinity stuff early on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they could have saved it for. I mean, it would have still been 2017, but I guess they wanted to move it up as well, just to go with the May dates. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can't wait. It's freaking Guardians. First one was awesome. So, yeah.
It's so awesome. In fact, it beat all other comic book movies at box office this year. So yeah, it's damn.
You know what? I love the title card though that they did. They just
scratched it out. Yeah.
They scratched out the original one and just put that, and they even scratched out the first. Like they scratched it out twice. It's like what?
Looks like something Rocket would do with spray paint.
Yeah. I think it's the one that really stands out the most when you look at all the title cards, just because of how weird it is.
Right.
Like Guardians.
Yeah, it's the one that stands out. That's perfect as a title.
So speaking of that, July 28th, which was originally Guardians 2 date. We now have Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yes.
Ragnarok. That means he's going to be fighting Fenrir in the end of the world.
This is the movie that will bring Thor up, I'm pretty sure. Finally, this is the movie that he's needed. Because Thor 2, it just wasn't, I don't think it was that great as like Captain America 2. You know what I mean? Not up to that level.
Yeah. Not many things are up to Captain America 2.
That's true. But that's why I think this one might actually be that up there. It might be the movie that'd be like, you know what, Chris Hemsworth could finally be on a cover with the other two.
I actually think that Thor suffers from the effect that, the movies after it, right? Like, they're so good that people now go back and watch Phase 2. They're like, well, this one's not as good, so I don't like it. I'm like, yeah, but you loved it when it came out. Like, it's just that they upped their game so much. I love both of them, so...
I
loved Thor: The Dark World at the time. I remember giving it a really positive review, but it's one of those things when it gets compared to something that's that much better.
That's true, but for me, I guess I never loved the Thor movies because I feel like he needed to be powered up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I think this is where you're gonna see it because he is a god. I want to see him do god stuff, not just hang his hammer on a coat hanger.
That was the best.
I want to see him fighting another god, smashing through a city.
Okay, I know people are gonna start bringing this up right now. How can you hang the world's heaviest thing? It's not heavy. You only have to be worthy to pick it up. It's not heavy at all, in fact. So leave that out of there.
I will leave it.
But here's my thing. Thor Ragnarok deals with Ragnarok, right?
Yes.
Where the fuck does the fallout of Loki taking the throne take place? Are we ever going to get a resolution to that?
That's the thing. It'd probably be maybe Infinity War. Infinity War, maybe. Or, Infinity War implies there's going to be a massive war.
Right.
Oh, part 2 movies.
I think it's pretty obvious. Loki brings about Ragnarok. He pisses off Fenrir, and then Thor's got to stop him.
It's always Loki, man. It's always like that stepbrother who's just doing the mischief stuff, and you're just like, man, why is it always got to be him? It's like...
Okay, but... speaking of Thor, let's move on to the next movie, which everybody, I think, was anticipating. They finally made it official. Black Panther, November 2017.
Yes, and the suit looks 100% comic accurate.
My boy, Chadwick Boseman. Oh, I love him.
So
I think we all kind of... No, we didn't know he was going to be it, but it was heavy rumored a while back ago because of... there's like one interview he said, he's like, I can't talk about it, and everybody's like, oh, maybe he's it. And then here, later on... He's it. And I'm so glad. He's great.
This should shut up all those DC people that are like, oh, DC's got a black-led movie coming out before Marvel. This movie comes out 3 years before Cyborg.
Let's be honest. We knew Black Panther was going to come first.
Yeah,
it was more rumored already. So we knew it was gonna come first.
It was
I think
obvious.
Black Panther's been rumored since before Avengers even came out.
Oh yeah, it's been rumored like.
And
since
Boseman
Iron
has
Man
been
2.
attached to those rumors that long as well.
I know, it's crazy.
There's only one movie in there that was recently kind of rumored, which we'll get to later. But
Yeah.
like the other ones have been rumored for a while now, and we kind of like. I mean, they could have threw a curveball, or they did a lot of times, but they could have threw like something we did not expect. But some of the stuff we did, but it was still
I've already seen people be like, "Oh man, only Captain Marvel and Black Panther." I'm like,
dumb.
"Motherfucker, shut the fuck up!" You know, it's
like we expected, but we didn't expect it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
maybe it was not gonna happen. You never know. They could have threw something else at you.
right. And you know, speaking of throwing something else at you, let's go to May 4th, 2018. Officially split into two movies: Avengers: Infinity War Part 1.
That rumor was true. 2 movies. Oh,
That's gonna be just multiple coming. I can't stop.
What is it
I
with
thought you were
splitting
taking
all
a
these?
shit.
wait, what's what?
I was gonna say, what-
he was taking a shit. Sorry.
I was gonna say, what is it with splitting all these movies into 2 now? Like that's the new hotness
Oh.
now.
Oh,
Hobbit,
tell me this,
this.
Joe. How are you gonna do an Infinity Gauntlet based story in one movie?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. I think just like it's for me when you do big events, 2-parters, like one can be mostly for story, one could
Like
be
a
mostly
comic.
for the action.
Like a
Yeah.
comic.
Well, yeah, sure, like a comic. I mean, movies have done it too, but just saying, like I think because a lot of movies do the story first and then action later, which you can do big action scenes. You know what I mean? And
We'll talk about this as we keep going because we have a few more. But here's the thing. We know Robert Downey Jr. signed on for a new contract, right, to do to do Civil War. He still has Avengers 3. Is he the one that bites it at the end of Avengers 1? Everybody goes, "What the fuck?" Like you have to see Infinity 2 to see where it goes.
I would have
I'd love
said
that.
yes.
Cool.
I would have said yes, but there's like, I mean, it's not that whole Iron Man 4 thing, but it's the whole that he is going to be doing a lot more with Marvel.
Mhm.
I mean, at least I would think that's meaning being Iron Man. So maybe, but I don't know. I'm kind of second guessing
I
it
do want to put
now.
this out there. There's no announcement of a Ant-Man 2.
Oh,
But
yeah.
don't be surprised if they add a 4th movie to one of these years if Ant-Man does huge.
Yeah, because it's so like I mean, Guardians was coming out, and they're like, you know what? Let's do Guardians too. I mean, don't be surprised with like if Doctor Strange maybe after a little bit after as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like
How
it's
happy
these-
were you not to see Iron Man 4 on this list, though? Talking
well,
of Robert Downey.
I mean,
It was
it
an
would have been
interesting
nice.
change.
It would have been nice because of like what Armin said, like Iron Man 4 would have been like the aftermath of Civil War or something like that, or part 2 of Civil War. But you already got part 2 of other movies. But so
I would have
it's all good.
really enjoyed another Iron Man because I enjoyed the movies, but I'm glad they're not wasting a spot for Iron Man. Like, that's how
I just
feel.
like it's going to shut a lot of people up that keep saying, "Oh, Marvel's only working because they keep throwing Iron Man on everything." Like, if he was in Captain America and his own movie, I think there would have been a lot of butthurt DC
Yeah.
fans
You
just
can-
going crazy about it.
You can already tell they want to phase out Iron Man kind of because
Oh, yeah.
he was the main guy who started it, but they want other characters, so you know
Well,
there's
they have
space-
to because they
Well,
can't
yeah.
keep paying Downey Jr. the king's ransom.
And
So-
then
Well, they can. They said how much money they've made so far with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They can totally afford to keep
They're the
doing
number
that.
one brand in the world.
Mhm.
So, going to the next movie right after Infinity War, July 6, 2018, Captain Marvel.
Dude.
Oh, and it's Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
Or instead of saying dude, I should be saying lady.
Now this is already gonna piss some people off because they're like, oh, why can't she be Miss Marvel? I'm like, shut up, say
Yeah,
it.
Because she's a captain in her own right, damn it.
Yeah.
Plus, it makes her not feel like she can hang out with the other people in a way. You know what I mean? They don't have to
Here's,
say,
like,
oh, lady.
My other thing, though, that I'm kind of really interested about. Does she get her powers as the result of the Infinity War? Like, it's the
That's
straight
what I
up
was
lead-in, and that's going to
That's
be
what
how
I
they
was
explain
thinking.
it. So she's discovering her powers, then she shows up for Infinity War Part 2. She's like, Carol, is that you? She's like, yeah, but check this shit out, right?
Oh, that'd be cool, actually.
I'd be down for that.
I
You
mean,
could call
there's
me Captain Marvel.
And I wonder if it'll involve like the Kree and all that.
I mean, they are Kree and like Shield, so maybe stuff like that. I mean,
They're definitely
also,
playing with the cosmic side. So
there was
why
that
not?
rumor of like her appearing maybe at the end of Avengers 2. I think it could still kind of happen, maybe not. Who knows?
I think that's a little too far out from her movie. I
It
mean,
is.
3 years. And I think if they would have signed an actress, she would have walked out on stage.
That
But
is
No. Well, the Avengers Age of Ultron cameo thing was apparently like she's a fighter pilot and you don't see her face because of the helmet.
That would be perfect.
Okay, that's something. That's like a freaking Thanos type of thing. Well, I mean, just hinting at it. I mean, not showing the face, but still.
Speaking of the whole cosmic side, November 2nd, 2018, we're going to have the Inhumans.
Right here. This is the one I'm looking forward to really
Black
the most
Bolt.
for me. I love this.
This one is huge because, again, it's just like, much like Guardians of the Galaxy, you poll your average person, hey, do you know who the Inhumans are? They'll be like, no.
And this is the one that was only kind of recently rumored. You know what I mean? Like, all the other ones were already...
It had always kind of been there.
Well, I mean, I think it was this year where they said, like, oh, we've got a writer. They probably had a writer on it already, but you know what I mean?
It got real just recently.
Yeah, it got real. I think that's one of the things. I'm glad. This is great. I wonder if those are the official title cards. Like, because you know how Guardians had one and then kind of changed it for the movie?
I think these are the working. I mean, they might change the hue or add more shadowing to it,
Yeah.
but I think this is as close as we'll get,
That's true. I mean, they're all...
Apart from the Guardians 2.
Okay, well, probably... Imagine if they kept the Guardians 2 logo. That'd be hilarious.
I think they should.
Same, but I don't know if they would, but same. I think they should, man. Oh, that'd be hilarious. But Inhumans is great.
Then let's just end this whole discussion with Avengers Infinity War Part 2, May 3rd, 2019.
Yes.
Now, the fact that we're getting 2 movies between them makes me think that Part 1 and 2 will be pretty self-contained despite the titles.
I feel like that maybe the Inhumans get a hint of what's happening on Earth, and they'll show up, and then they'll tie into, of course, the giant galactic battle of everything, right?
Part 2 is just going to be an all-out fucking...
That's what I love about
the amount of characters in it.
It's going to be a wrestling match. It's just going to be heroes and aliens going off the ropes nonstop.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours, just a wrestling match.
I love that Marvel were playing with the formula of their phases as well. Like, this is usually we get the Avengers movies at the end of a phase. Like, we're getting one in practically the middle this time.
Getting multiple movies.
Yeah. This is great because, like,
we're getting
I don't know. I've always loved the Part 2 aspect of it. I know it's sort of new for movies. I mean, I think the first one was, which was Harry Potter?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
It's kind of new Part 2s, but in Part 1s, but it's great. I think at least with big event movies, some studios should try a little bit more of that if they're good, at least.
I have some worries about it though, because whenever they shoot 2 movies back to back, I always have concerns. Because let's face it, The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions, if they hadn't shot those back to back, maybe Revolutions they could have fixed a lot of the shit that was wrong with Reloaded.
But Lord of the Rings, Hobbit,
Back to the Future 3,
Pirates of the Caribbean, I keep bringing up as another one that fell into the shot back to back.
Yeah, but okay, we'll talk. You can say that, right? But then again, show me a bad Marvel movie and a bad track record. Like, show me that, and then I'll support what you're saying is about it. It's like, no, they got this.
Even the kind of bad movies are good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Iron Man 2 all too much. I mean, it's fun, but I don't like it all too much. But it did great. Let's be honest.
It's like if your worst one is Iron Man 2.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well with actually worse.
Yeah. And if you have Robert Downey Jr. in your worst movie, then you're doing really good.
Pretty much, I know. It's like, oh yeah, you did pretty good even on your worst thing you produced. So we'll give you a break.
I just want to say that whole thing of like Cap, Black Panther, Iron Man standing there. I thought it was great. I was like, that's cool. It's kind of like a boxing match in a way. When it was them two first, and then Black Panther comes out. And it's like, it kind of like, remember they had released the Civil War teaser of like Cap and Iron Man doing Spidey? You almost could have did the same thing. Like, they could have just put Chadwick Boseman in the front and both of them could have hold on.
Yes, Joe, they were doing Spidey is what you said. It was just 2 of them doing Spidey on stage.
The other thing no one's talking about, which is interesting to me, where is Netflix in all this? Because you got to think these guys are going to show up too.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me because I thought like who was there's someone that was there that's a part of the Netflix. Who am I thinking? I forget. I don't even know. There's someone there that was supposed to be a part of Netflix. I was like, maybe they could have showed something, but hey, this is for the movie side. Maybe another thing they'll do Netflix.
Maybe
they'll announce another conference in about a week's time just for the Netflix stuff.
That'd be cool because
Netflix and TV.
Maybe they see they haven't got anything else new for Netflix. Let's face it, all we've got so far are announcements for Agent Carter, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and all this. Like, they're still in production. They've already announced their shit.
But I'm saying, I'm surprised it didn't say, everything's going to tie in. I mean, I think we're anticipating everything will tie into all this, right? Like,
why not?
Yeah, because why not? I mean, Earth is under attack. We need everybody.
Yeah, with a name like Infinity War. Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, of course, you can. Like, they're gonna do something bigger after Infinity War. But for me, I'm like glad I'm not in their seat. Cause I don't know where do you really go. I mean, there's people out there probably have ideas, but I don't. I just want to enjoy this.
It is a thing. Like, once you do Thanos, once you threaten all of Earth and everything and get all the heroes in, you're right. Where the hell do you go after that?
He's probably gonna threaten like the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing because we still haven't. I mean, they can't really do much galactic because they don't own anything more galactic. So it's like,
well, that could change by the time this. It could change by the time this Phase 3 ends.
You're absolutely right, Matt.
Marvel has done so well recently. I'd actually be up if they wanted to create a movie universe only character. If they invented someone new.
Yeah.
I want to say something that we didn't see that whole Spider-Man thing. I know a lot of people were expecting it and hoping. There's people teasing it. And I was like, oh man, they teased it. Man, what the heck? Nothing came out. But I mean, who knows? Maybe they're still talking. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think we were hoping so much, but I think all of us deep down knew it wasn't going to happen.
But I mean, this is all great news. I'm just saying, the whole Spider-Man thing would have been cool too if it happened.
Looking at the slate they gave us, I'd rather take what is here than another Spider-Man.
True.
No, of course, me too. But I'm just saying,
there's a lot of new here. There's a lot of never been seen before here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, Black Panther itself speaks for what day and age we live in now, right? It's clear there's no boundaries anymore, and I'm so glad.
And the fact that they weren't afraid to call it Black Panther, I was expecting some suit's gonna come in and chicken out and be like, well, call it T'Challa then, because we don't, Black Panther's a little aggressive.
I was kind of expecting all these, mostly because it has the word black in it, right? Is that why?
Yep.
Well, no, I was going to say just because, it's Black Panther's a word that scares white people. We don't want to scare the white people.
Joe, don't scare Joe.
I find it funny you say that because that one guy on Twitter kind of went racist.
Oh, that guy. That guy was a racist. Fuck.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it's not cool, dude. Not cool.
Get ready for a lot of that as we get closer, I'm sure, to the release of Black Panther. And get ready for a little sexism as we get closer to Captain Marvel.
I wonder if they teach you, a bunch of this, media war tactics. Because, this is a war between Warner Brothers and Marvel, and it's still going on.
Not anymore. Not when.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I'm not gonna say anybody won because they're both going at it. Nobody's gonna win until the end, and it's not gonna end for a while.
It's funny, Joe. You're right. This did seem like almost a little too perfect. Where it's Warner Brothers and DC announce all their stuff at an investor meeting not long after Marvel's like, hey, let's get all the fans together, all the film journalists. Let's invite them to a big theater. We'll announce all our movies at once.
Well, I think the difference, looking at this just on the offset, right? We're seeing what Marvel is doing, and did I not say the moment DC announced all those movies, I said, give it a month, Marvel fires back and completely demolishes them.
I mean, they fired back with their slate too, and they brought actors. Good, and they had they saw the thing. They're like, you know what? We got to do Plan B. Let's do it. Initiate Plan B or whatever. You know what I mean? It's great. For me, I'm wondering what is Warner Brothers going to do now? What are they going to bring out? Because that's the thing. Every time someone announces something, I'm always thinking, what's the other person going to do now? Because Fox and Sony, their stuff is nothing really compared to what Warner Brothers and Marvel are doing.
No one's really talking about
bats or something.
I just want to know what's going to happen next. That's cool. I don't know. This whole thing. Is this war?
It's going to be an interesting time for sure, and for the first time ever, we're on. At least everyone's got shit to show now. Where before, it wasn't even a fun competition because it's we're having one movie maybe versus Marvel's 5. Now it's at least closer in quantity.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least they have competition, and I think competition is always great because what do they say? Competition breeds excellence or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. That's
healthy competition is definitely good.
Yeah, and you don't want them to just. I mean, you don't want them just to be the only ones doing great. You want the other. I mean, Sony's never going to be up there. Let's be honest.
I think without competition, they'd be tempted to rest on their laurels a little bit as well.
Yeah,
and this just keeps them on their toes.
We all know how it is, right? Because it's clear. Fox is Nathan, Sony is Mimsy.
Slap.
It all makes sense. They just mess up every corner of the way. They can't get anything right. That's Sony.
Like they're those. I don't know. Just for me, those two, it's like they have nothing really great to offer besides. I mean, there's stuff they can do, but Marvel and Warner Brothers have more stuff, and they announce more stuff than Fox and Sony have really done. You know what I mean? So that's just me.
So let's wrap this up. I think what we're saying is we're all excited. Both companies are now full out there. We know what's coming. The next few years are going to be nuts.
Oh,
if you plan on going to San Diego Comic-Con for 2016 to see 2017, you will see Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok. You will see Black Panther stuff. But not only that, some of the few other things you will see there will be Wolverine 3, Wonder Woman, Fantastic Four 2 maybe, and the first Justice League.
Yeah.
So let that sink in.
Hey, and you might see like a Mexican running on stage, just be like, "Woohoo!"
That would be Joe. So thank you for joining us, guys. We'll be back next time. Let us know what you thought of all these and what are you most excited for.
Hey guys, Joel here reminding you that this video was made possible thanks to our many great patrons. If you want to become a patron and get exclusive comic book cast content, then click the Patreon link below and see how you can help us bring you the content you've come to love. Every little bit helps, and thanks for listening.